I remember when Bitcoin was $150. And if I were to tell you it was going to 20,000, you'd think I was crazy. But now I'm telling you, it's going to go to 10 million. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video. My name is DaVinci Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in this world. Man, oh man, Bitcoin has a ways to go, right? You're like, what? Did you just say it's going to 100x from here? Yes, I did say that, didn't I? Right? That's like, no, more than 100x, right? Yeah. Yes, I did. Why? Why would I say that? Let me explain something to you. This is global money. Global money. And the thing is, it's very deceptive, right? Of how much wealth there is out there. Why is that? Because you're counting the dollars, and people don't always store their wealth in the actual local currencies, right? These are the local currencies floating around, not the debt and not the assets that people hide in instead of holding the currency or some sort of debt, which is real estate, which is artwork, which is collectibles. Eventually, not like those things will disappear, but a large number of people store wealth in these things specifically only, not because they care. And once you realize, wait a second here, we can store it in Bitcoin. It's easier, liquid. I could transfer it instantly. I could walk across borders. I could transfer it across to the moon, to Mars. When that day arrives, when that's finally here, boom. That's why. I know you're shocked, right? I know you can't believe it. You're like, when? Not tomorrow. I'm sorry. You have to wait. You have to wait. And I know you don't want to wait. I know you don't want to save in Bitcoin, right? Slowly, surely, knowing that this is the future. This is what's going to happen in the future. You're like, I don't know if that's going to happen. You're right. I don't. We can only do a best estimate. But what I do know that's going to happen in the future generally, which is, here's the thing. Predicting the future of Bitcoin is not an absolute certainty, but there's a high probability, right? 90+%. Now, that it's going to be the money. Now, let's predict the outcome of the US dollar. Can you state that within the next, let's go with 15 years. AI says 10 years, no chance. Right? But let's go 15 years. The US dollar will continue to exist without going into an inflationary spiral, wiping out everyone. Now, it's not a 100% probability, right? But let's consider what the 0.1% chance, because you'll say that it's 0.1%. You're like, what do you mean 0.1% chance that it's going to be fine? Okay. Let's take a look at how that can be fine, that the US dollar continues to be the reserve currency, continues to be strong, and does not go to zero or lose a lot of value. Do you think your politicians will go, you know what? We're going to act responsible here. We're going to pay the debt. We're going to work hard, have austerity, and make sure that the U.S. government pays its debts. Not only the U.S. government, but the municipalities, the states, and individuals in the country all pay their debts. Yeah, I know. Redonkulous, right? Yes. And because the debt's not payable, even if they were to say that, Here's the thing, there will be defaults. And although there would be defaults, right, whether it be state, municipal, or even the federal defaults, right, that would be better for the dollar, right? Not in the short run, but in the long run. They won't hyperinflate. Now, tell me, that means no Social Security and all that kind of crap that they promised as well. Do you think for 1 second, right, that government's going to choose that route? It's a possibility, but the probability is less than 0.1%. So there it is, right? And even then, the dollar will go through huge turmoil and lose a lot of value. Not as much as if they were to actually hyperinflate and just keep printing and pay everybody out, right? Not as much as that, yes, but it will lose a lot of value and the default. Anyways, with that said, it's going to be a rocket ship ride for all the people who understand this concept. So Bitcoin has options expiring. That's going to be interesting. We're going to see basically Bitcoin have some serious volatility. This is going to shock you too. The price level, I think, will continue to rise and probably rise closer to the 70K and maybe even 73, but not break higher than that. If it does break higher than that, then we can see a possibility of going to 84, but I don't think so. I think the price action of Bitcoin will be topping out around the 72, 73-ish area, or touching the 200 period moving average before we break back down. The 200 period moving average on the 4 hour. Keep that in mind. The daily is a different story, a different animal. The daily is so far away. It's not funny. We ain't going to get close to that for a long time. So don't even think about that. But on the hourly, 4 hours, yes. Sorry, guys. I know you can't see this, but now you can see the prices and everything. So right now we spiked up to almost 70K, and we're doing a little bit of a bull flag. So who knows? Maybe we are going to take out that top, right? But with this bull flag, but I wouldn't count on it. Right? That's all the way to 75. That would be some resistance there if this bull flag were to actually play out. So, and but that would indicate that we can go as high as the 84K. But I would not, if you are holding some longs, I would not bet on that hitting that 84K at all. Period. Would not bet on that. With that said, I think Bitcoin is still set to go a lot lower this year, but anything can happen. You can see with gold and silver beating everything, that there's a chance that we go through a hyperinflationary event sooner rather than later. Less probable that it will be sooner, but still being more and more probable, especially when, you know what, maybe I should reserve this for tomorrow. Someone is betting that the US dollar is going to reprice, the US government is going to reprice gold to $20,000 by the end of this year. We'll talk about that another day. Cheers.